G'day and welcome to another episode of Firebat Friday Beers and Tools with Andy. Let's get straight into it. This week's beer is another boutique beer. This is the Lorry Boys Tim and Joe's Pale Ale. It's brewed by the MacArthur Range Brewery in Victoria in Australia, and I don't mind a pale ale, so let's check it out. Happy Friday. That's a nice pale ale. It's a bit bitter, a little bit of bitterness, but not overwhelming. It's got quite a nice hoppy sort of flavour. That's a nice beer. Never had this one before. I think these are marketed as a small batch type brewery. They're made for one of the big liquor outlets in Australia called Liquorland, and there's actually a couple of them, different types, that I'm going to come up in coming up weeks. I'll review. So are they a true traditional sort of boutique beer? Probably not. They're marketed as a boutique beer, but they are made by one of the bigger companies. Doesn't take away from the fact that it is a very nice, easily drinkable beer. The Lorry Boys Tim and Joe's Pale Ale, what do I give that on my spanner rating? That's more. I do like a pale ale. Yeah. On my spanner rating, let's give that a solid 4 out of 5 spanners. Right, on to this week's tool. I'm very excited about this one. I've been waiting for this one for a while. It is another one of the Milwaukee M12 range. And those of you that know and have been watching know I really love the M12 range. So here we have an unboxing of the Milwaukee M12 Riveter. In Australia, this is the M12BPRT-0, and of course the -0 in Australia means that it's a bare tool or a skin. Doesn't come with battery or charger or anything like that. In America, the number of this one is 2550-20. Right, we all know what a riveter is for doing pop rivets. Why would you want an M12 version of it? Let's check it out. Rightio, what comes in the box? Apart from a stack of packing. Plastic. Rightio. That's the unit. It's got some heft to it. It's a really solid unit. Okay, what does it do? Well, it does pop rivets. I'm really hoping I can adapt this to my rib nut machine as well, but anyway, or do rib nuts. That's another video maybe. What size rivets does it do? It will do 3/30 seconds, 1/8, 5/30 seconds, and 3/16, or in metric. Very strangely, our rivet sizes exactly line up with the imperial measurements: 2.4 mil, 3.2 mil, 4 mil, and 4.8 mil. It does aluminium or aluminum for you Americans, steel and stainless steel rivets, and I'm really impressed that it does 4.8 mil stainless steel rivets, as you'll see in the video I'll show you very soon. Like I said, it's a fair chunk of an item. It's it weighs 1.88 kilos. Can't remember what that is in pounds. I'll put that up here. It takes the M12 batteries. So in this case, I've got a 2 ampere hour generic, not a Milwaukee battery. Like almost all Milwaukee tools, it has a light, and when you pull the trigger, and nothing's going to happen, I don't have a rivet here to do it, but when you pull the trigger, you'll hear. When you pull and hold, what that's doing is pulling the fingers that hold the mandrel of the rivet into the back of the gun, and incidentally, this is also how you change the head for different size. When you release, the fingers come back up and releases the pin, the mandrel, the center pin of the rivet into either a collector, which clicks onto the back, does make the tool rather long though, or as you'll see in the video, they more often pop out the front, in which case I just take it off by hand. Like I said, this works well. You can push them back in and collect them all in the collector at the back. But as I said, as you'll see in the video, most of them come out the front. Right. Take the battery off for a sec. As you well know, I don't like tools that require tools to do things, and of course a riveter is one of those ones you do need a type of hex wrench to take the head off. Milwaukee have done the right thing, made it integral to the tool. I do worry about over time as that wears whether or not that will fall out. It is just sort of held in there with a plastic tab, but it's held in there quite firmly. There is a way to change the head without removing the tool, and that is, and I haven't loosened it off yet, but you can loosen off this whole end, take that off, leave the tool in place, turn it in here, and then that enables you to change the mandrel heads in here. They're also stored, that was clever, they're also stored in a sort of rubberized holder at the back here. Again, over time, I'm not sure how well that will hang on to them, but certainly it works for now. Maybe it's something I'll need to print at some stage later on. But the good thing about it is when you're using one of the bigger, larger capacity batteries, the bigger, squarer M12 units, it actually fully sort of encompasses this, whereas when you've got just the small battery installed, it would be quite difficult to pull them out, so it's easier just to remove the battery. The runtime, the quoted runtime from Milwaukee is it will do 450 1/8-inch rivets on the smaller 1.5 ampere-hour battery, so physically same size as this battery, but smaller in capacity. That's pretty impressive, 450 rivets. Obviously, it's very new. I've only done a demonstration video so far, so I don't know, I can't attest to that. But that is impressive. And if you're using a 3, 4, or 6 ampere-hour, the bigger units, I would imagine you could rivet all day with it and not need to charge a battery. As I mentioned, it's fairly heavy. It's 1.88 kilos. Its dimensions are 273 mils long with the collector on, and 66 mils wide. Maybe it's 273 mils this way. I'll double check that and I'll put it up here. It does reduce down, the head size does reduce down to only 165 mils without the collector on the back, which of course if you're in a tight spot you would need that distance there. How much is it? It's an expensive M12 tool. Please don't tell Mrs. Gray. This one was $299 for the skin only. There are the BPRT kit, so BPRT without the 0 in the end. The kit only comes with one 2 ampere-hour battery, I think, and a charger and a case or a bag, and it is $600 plus in Australia, which is ridiculously expensive. So that means you're paying $300 for a $125 charger and about a $65 battery. Ridiculous. Don't buy the kit. if you're getting the M12 gear, buy the skin. Righto, what else can I tell you about it? It has a tether hook, which is particularly handy if you're working on a roof or up high. You don't want to drop it on someone's head because you would kill them with it, with the weight of it. And it also has the Milwaukee tool belt hook. Wow, what a tool. I've been waiting to get this one to my collection. I don't know what they're worth in the States. Hopefully Tony will tell us in the comments what they pay for them in America, and it will probably make me cry because it'll probably only be $100 and something. But anyway, doesn't matter. You guys get your tools so much cheaper than what we do in Australia. So that's it for the BPRT-0 M12 rivet gun. Yeah, looking forward to using this one. I do a fair bit of riveting in all the jobs that I do, so I'm keen to try it out. Stainless steel. Works a bit harder, still does it easily. Okay, to change out the mandrel, batteries. Hold the trigger in, pulls the pawls back, allows you to change the mandrel, otherwise you're under spring tension. Let it go, resets. There, aluminium. So easy. Stainless steel. Wow. I love it. Right, down to ratings. Well, let me think about that for a second whilst I drink some more beer. On the Gray's Builds Frybat beer rating for value, $299 is on the expensive side. If you're starting out, get a hand riveter and build up your forearm muscles, because most of us in the workshop and garage don't do a hell of a lot of riveting. This would be handy if you've got hundreds of rivets to do, because you will get a lot of forearm ache from doing hand riveting. And you can pick up a decent hand riveter for, you know, $70, something like that. So at $300 odd, it is not a cheap tool. Having said that, there are other battery-powered riveters on the market, other brands, and they are more expensive. So I guess if you're building a collection, then it's probably not too bad at $300. Again, please don't tell Mrs. Gray. So for value for money on my beer rating, I would give this a 3.5 out of 5, because you don't need it. It is one of those nice to have tools, and it is a single use tool. It does rivets, although I said I would like to see if I can adapt it and make it do riv nuts as well. That would be very cool. On the functionality, I think if you're doing roofing or assembly with panels that use lots of rivets, probably it's worth the $300. And for functionality, it is a single-use tool, doesn't have multiple uses. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 on my functionality B rating. I'm just happy I've got one. Right. Alrighty, that's it for this week's Friday Beers and Tools. Just one tool today, because I can't afford to buy any others. That was expensive. Doesn't matter. Got it now, and it's in my collection, and it will hopefully last me years and years and years. Oh, by the way, Milwaukee now have 5-year warranty on their tools, which is pretty cool. All right, that's it for today. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if there's a tool that you want to review. If I've got it, then I'll review it. If not, I may go out and buy it. Seems like I've said that before. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope things are good where you are. Thanks for watching. Cheers.